Bennett Kessler filed this following report. Part of the new Business Improvement District assessment in Mammoth Lakes will pay for some subsidy of air service. Now, it's a subject with lots of push and pull on both sides. Mammoth Lakes Tourism Director John Erdy pointed Sierra Wave Media in the direction of a news story from Vail about the Eagle County Airport. Subsidies are not uncommon for ski resorts. The Vail Daily News reports on how things work at Eagle County Regional Airport. The story highlights the importance of air service for second homeowners and for business in general. Now, according to the Vail Daily story, quote, most airports have to offer airlines what's called a minimum revenue guarantee before the airlines will consider adding service to the market, end quote. Now, the story says this holds true particularly for mountain resorts, which usually have limitations in what type of plane can land and take off, high altitude air density, terrain obstacles, and weight restrictions. Now, for Mammoth, the ski area has funded most of the air service subsidies over time with help from the town and county during fall and summer months. Now, for those who think this is a bad investment, the Vail story says otherwise. The report describes a local Vail alliance dedicated to raising money to subsidize air service to the Eagle County Airport. It's called a negotiated minimum revenue guarantee for the airline. Now, if airlines make as much money as the subsidy, the community keeps the subsidy. Now, while Mammoth's air subsidies have raised some controversy and resentment, other resorts seem to have more cohesive community support, like Vail and also Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Now, according to the Vail Daily News, the Jackson Hole Air Improvement Resources Board has been able to build a successful flight service program over the years. Now, fewer than 20% of the flights this winter are subsidized. But small communities rarely attract air service without subsidies. Plus, the air service world is mostly merging. 12 years ago, the nation flew 10 major airlines. Now there are 4 that dominate the market, and this gives smaller markets less appeal. Now, officials agree that no airline will fly to a resort community without economic incentives. So it's a community decision. Of course, the resort flights also mean locals nearby have an air service alternative to get in and out of the Eastern Sierra. Well, Bennett Kessler also filed this report. Once again, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power has extended the comment period on the draft EIR of the Southern Owens Valley Solar Ranch project. Now, originally, LADWP made its draft EIR available August 30th with a deadline for comments by October 18th. Now, for whatever reason, DWP has extended that deadline a few times, and now it sits at December 20th. DWP asked for comments as soon as possible, but no later than 5 p.m. on December 20th. Now, the solar array designed for 6 miles southeast of Independence would include 1 million solar panels on 1,200 acres that would generate 200 megawatts of power. Now, Inyo County has sent in comments objecting to aspects of the project. Those comments point to visual impacts on the viewshed from the valley floor as well as the Inyo Mountains. The county objected to DWP's failure to consider the water agreement with installation of 2 new groundwater pumps. Inyo County also has concerns about housing impacts. Now, some citizens have come forward to object to a huge industrial development in the valley. The Manzanar Committee has strongly opposed the project, which would sit directly across from the Manzanar National Historic Site. A meeting held at DWP headquarters in Los Angeles drew some 75 people, including former internees at Manzanar, as well as their families. Now, if you can go to our website, sierrawave.net, you can find ways to comment on this project. And in a somewhat related story, according to a press release, in a surprise twist, members of the Independent Civic Club have discovered that they have been promoting a renewable energy source, fruitcake. And this has been going on for 9 years without even being aware of its potential, according to that press release, said Independence Civic Club President Nancy Masters. Quote, "This extremely dense and energy-rich product has the ideal combination of storage potential and multiple use of any plant-based material that has been studied. It may help meet California's strict renewable energy mandates and provide a fossil fuel-free future for the world," end quote. Are you curious to learn more? Well, it's the 9th annual internationally acclaimed Fruitcake Independence Fruitcake Festival, and that is set for Saturday, December 14th. That's going to start at 6 p.m. at the American Legion Hall in Independence. This year's theme is 20,000 fruitcakes under the sea. Inspiration from past festivals can be found at the website inyocounty.info. Here are some highlights from a previous fruitcake festival.
I'm the official fruitcake fairy, and when I found out we're going into space, see, fairies can only go around with the world in, with not being pressurized and all that stuff. So in order to get out into space, I have my rocket pack so I can go.
Between fruitcake and space. And I can tell you what the connection is. On the last manned space flight to the moon, the Apollo 17 flight, what do you think they took? Fruitcake. You know why? Because it provided a third of the calories, 1 6-ounce serving provided a third of the 2,500 calorie requirement of those astronauts and allegedly a third of the nutrients. So that's the connection.
To take a bite, but it was petrified, like chewing on a catcher's mitt or a sponge that's been all dry. And a beaming shaft of light drew me in with its mistake, and I grew weak. Climbed the floor with that feet freaking, now I'm back from outer space. Fruitcake Festival, how wonderful to be here. Fruitcake Festival, you fill our hearts with good cheer.
Well, obviously that looks like a lot of fun, and all that is required for entrance to this one-of-a-kind event is that you bring either a fruitcake or eggnog. Now, those items should be designated as to whether or not they contain alcohol, because this is a family-friendly event. There will be prizes awarded, and also Healthy Communities of Southern Inyo County will be holding a fundraiser for the Independence Kids Club during the Fruitcake Festival with ocean-themed entries like clam chowder or a tuna sandwich for the reasonable price of only $5. Yes, it's the 9th annual internationally acclaimed Independence Fruitcake Festival, December 14th. And again, go to inyocounty.info for more information. We'll be back with more news.